Imagine waking up in the Stone Age and realizing something terrible. You are not exactly the beautiful one in the group. Your face is a little uneven. Your hair is doing whatever it wants. Your nose looks like it lost a fight with a rock. And there is no filter, no skincare routine, no haircut, no mirror, and no comforting comment section telling you that you have a unique vibe. So here is the uncomfortable question. If you were ugly in the Stone Age, would your life be over? The answer is probably not, because for most of human history, beauty did not work the way it works now. Today, your face can be compared with thousands of other faces before breakfast. You can see yourself in bathroom mirrors, car windows, phone cameras, video calls, profile pictures, and accidentally in the black screen when your phone turns off. Modern life makes your own face impossible to escape. But a Stone Age human did not live inside a hall of mirrors. There were no selfies, no dating apps, no close-up photos, and no front-facing camera quietly destroying your afternoon. If you wanted to see your face, you might catch a shaky reflection in still water. But water moves, light changes. The reflection breaks when you touch it, and manufactured mirrors made from polished stone or metal appear much later in human history. So an ancient person probably did not spend every morning studying tiny flaws on their face. They saw other people far more than they saw themselves. That alone changes everything, because modern ugliness is not just about appearance, it is about comparison. The Stone Age had plenty of problems, but it did not have high-definition insecurity. That does not mean appearance did not matter. Humans are visual animals. We notice faces, bodies, age, health, injury, expression, movement, and whether someone looks safe or dangerous. Across many cultures, people tend to find some signals attractive, like clear skin, facial symmetry, healthy movement, and signs of physical condition. Those signals probably mattered deep in the past too. But here's the important part. In the Stone Age, beauty was not a separate luxury floating above survival. Beauty was tangled up with health. A person who looked strong, alert, well-fed, steady, and alive could be attractive even without a perfect face. And a person with a beautiful face but weak body, bad cooperation, and no useful skills might not be the dream partner you imagine. Because the Stone Age was not a beauty pageant. It was a group project with predators. If someone could find food, carry firewood, remember water sources, calm children, make tools, share meat, notice animal tracks, or keep watch at night, that person mattered. Their value did not fit inside their cheekbones. In a small hunter-gatherer band, people did not meet you as a profile picture. They met you as a history. You were the person who helped during a storm, the person who knew where the berries grew, the person who stayed awake when someone was sick, the person who made everyone laugh when the night felt too long, the person who could fix a broken spear point, the person who did not panic when the group heard something moving outside the firelight. In a world like that, your face was only the beginning of what people knew about you. Your behavior kept adding evidence every day, over and over. That is very different from modern attraction, where a stranger can decide in 1 second whether your face deserves attention. Stone Age people probably judged each other constantly, but they judged from close range and long memory. And long memory can be kinder to an average face and much harsher to a useless one. There is another thing modern people often forget. Stone Age humans were not trying to look like modern models. They were trying to look like members of their own group. Archaeology shows that very ancient humans decorated themselves. They used red ochre, they made shell beads, they wore ornaments, they marked bodies, clothing, hair, and objects in ways that probably carried identity, status, group membership, or beauty. At Blombos Cave in South Africa, pierced shell beads and ochre show that humans were making symbolic personal ornaments tens of thousands of years ago. So ancient people cared about how they appeared. But that appearance was not just natural prettiness. It was decoration. It was belonging. It was saying, I am part of this group. I have a role. I know the signs. I matter here. In other words, if your face was not impressive, you might still improve your appearance with the Stone Age version of style. A bit of ochre, a necklace of shells, a carefully tied piece of hide, a feather, a scar with a story, a confident walk back into camp, carrying food. The first fashion was not about luxury. It was about being seen. But let us be honest, could an unattractive person still have a harder time? Probably. Sometimes humans can be shallow. They were shallow before cities. They were shallow before money. They were probably shallow while holding sharpened rocks. If someone had visible signs of illness, deformity, weakness, or injury, other people might judge them. If a face looked unhealthy, that could affect attraction. If a body could not keep up with group life, that could affect status. The Stone Age was not a magical world. where everyone looked into your soul and appreciated your personality. But it was also not a modern beauty economy where your face could be turned into a score, a thumbnail, or a swipe. The group needed people, and need changes what counts as attractive. In a dangerous environment, generosity is attractive, competence is attractive, courage is attractive, patience is attractive, knowledge is attractive. Being able to make others feel safe is attractive. If you are hungry, the person who knows how to find tubers suddenly looks better. If a child is crying, the person who can calm them suddenly looks better. If the fire is dying, the person who can bring it back suddenly looks better. If everyone is scared in the dark, the person who can tell a good story suddenly looks better. The brain is not stupid, it can update. Attraction is not only a face it is a prediction. Your brain is asking, what would life near this person be like? And in the Stone Age, life near a skilled, kind, reliable person might be much better than life near a pretty disaster. This is why the modern question is slightly wrong. We ask, what if you were ugly in the Stone Age? But the Stone Age might have asked a different question. Are you healthy? Are you useful? Are you safe to trust? Do you share? Do you help? Do you know things? Can you survive? Can the group survive better with you in it? Those questions are brutal, but they are not the same as ugly. And sometimes, they might have saved people from being reduced to their face. There is evidence from ancient skeletons that some prehistoric people survived serious injuries, disabilities, and illnesses for years. That means other people must have helped them. They shared food. They protected them. They tolerated weakness. They cared. Human groups were not only ruthless survival machines, they were social worlds. They had attachment, memory, obligation, affection, and grief. A person who was not beautiful could still be loved. A person who was injured could still be kept alive. A person who looked strange could still belong. That may be one of the oldest things about us. Not that we admired perfect faces, but that we remembered people. And memory makes people more than faces. Think about a tiny camp at night. There are maybe 30 people. The fire is low. Children are half asleep. Someone is scraping a hide. Someone is chewing old meat. Someone is telling a story everyone has heard before, but they still want to hear it again. In that circle, nobody is a stranger. Nobody is only a face. The awkward-looking person is also the one who found honey last summer. The crooked-nosed person is also the one who once pulled a child away from danger. The ordinary-looking person is also the funniest person in the camp. The scarred person is also proof that you can survive something terrible. Beauty does not disappear in that world, but it gets surrounded by context. Modern life strips context away. It shows you faces without stories, bodies without histories, people without their usefulness, warmth, courage, patience, or humor. Then it tells you to compare yourself to them. That is strange. For most of human history, attraction happened inside community. You watched how people moved, how they treated others, how they handled fear, how they worked when nobody was praising them, and how they behaved when food was scarce. The face mattered, but the life around the face mattered too. So what if you were ugly in the Stone Age? You might still feel embarrassed. You might still get teased. You might still lose attention to someone healthier, stronger, or more charming. Ancient humans were human, not saints. But your face probably would not define you as completely as it can feel today. There were too many other ways to matter. And there were fewer tools designed to make you stare at yourself. The real danger was not being ugly. The real danger was being alone. The real danger was being distrusted. The real danger was being selfish in a world where everyone remembered. The real danger was being unable or unwilling to help. If you were ugly but generous, skilled, funny, brave, patient, and loyal, you had a place. If you were beautiful but lazy, cruel, reckless, and useless, your face might not carry you very far. Because in the Stone Age, the most attractive person may not have been the prettiest. It may have been the person everyone wanted near the fire when the night got cold. And maybe that is the part modern humans forgot. We keep asking whether our faces are good enough. But for most of human history, the deeper question was simpler. When life gets hard, are people glad you are there?